Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Our press conference to preview our fixture against Manchester City. And if we can start off with Richard Graves from Sky Sports, please.
Thank you. Hi, Carlo. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Good to see you. First of all, can we start with the team news ahead of this weekend's game?
Team news. We have out the two goalkeepers, Olsen and Pickford. We have out Gabaman, but we have good news from him that he will start training with the team next week. Out James, that he will start to train next week. Also out Doucouré and out Delph.
It sounds like whilst those players in the majority are going to miss this weekend, you must be reasonably hopeful they might be available after the international break.
Can you repeat, please?
It sounds like while some of those players are going to miss this weekend, how hopeful are you that they'll be back and available after the international break?
Oh, I think that after the national break, we have the time to recover some player. James is one of these, maybe Gabaman. And so we are going to have out only, I think, Doucouré for the end of the season. Also, if his recovery is doing well, but I think that we have to wait a little bit on him. And of course, the two goalkeepers will be available.
Michael Keane was left out of England's squad yesterday by Gareth Southgate. Have you spoken to him? What's his reaction been?
No, I didn't speak to him about this. I think he's focused on the game tomorrow, and I think that is a decision of the coach of the national team. What the only way to change this kind of thing is to work hard, to be focused on what he's doing. His season is good. Was really good. He played for the national team. In this period, it is not going to play for the national team, but it doesn't matter. I think he has to be focused on the Euro, and he is going to have 2 months to convince Southgate that he is ready to play for the national team.
Were you surprised?
Listen, there are a lot of good center back here in England, and so I think Michael doesn't have to be worried about this. I think it can be an opportunity to try to do better at what he's doing. That, as I said, is doing really well. His season is really good, but I think he can do better. He can do more. He has to be focused there to try to improve.
And looking at Manchester City, they're a tough enough proposition when you've got a fully fit squad. How difficult does this game become when you have the injuries that Everton have this weekend still?
I'm not complaining for the players that are not available. It will be a difficult game, but I don't think that it will be easy game for Manchester City. Maybe it's more difficult for us, for sure, because they have better quality than us. But I'm sure that they are going to have a difficult game. That no doubt for this.
And Everton this season seem to have had a habit of pulling out results against better opposition.
I think we did this kind of game. We did really well, honestly, and where we missed the game with with teams that were more at our level, but with the top teams, we did really well all the time. And so I am confident that tomorrow will be the same.
Thank you very much. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Next, we'll go to Alistair McGowan from the BBC, please.
Hi, Carlo. Are you worried that you've not got your 2 first-choice goalkeepers for Manchester City?
No, I'm not worried. I'm not worried because Joao is young. He's a goalkeeper without experience for this kind of game, but he has a lot of quality, and he showed his quality against Burnley, where he had the opportunity. I am not worried for the absence of the two goalkeeper. Where I am worried now is the team has to play like we tried this week to try to play the right to put in place the right strategy for the game, and I hope that the team is able to do this.
Wish that you were playing, given your recent results at home, do you wish you were playing at the Etihad?
No, I think it's the same. It's a knockout, a really important game. We have a big desire to go forward in this competition. It will be difficult, we know. And as I said, we would like that also for Manchester City will be a difficult game. I have confidence as usual, above all in this kind of game, because I think that after the defeat against Burnley, the reaction in training was good. We are focused, we are concentrated, and above all, we have a great desire to go forward in this competition.
Just last of all, you mentioned Michael Keane there. Was Ben Godfrey disappointed about not making the England squad?
Ben Godfrey went to the under 21, and so no, I think that I think every one of us has to understand the work of Gareth Southgate. That not easy work, but I have to be honest. Southgate goes to watch a lot of games, and so he has a clear idea what the players of the national team are doing, and I think he has all the knowledge to decide which kind of player is useful for this kind of game. And we have, I think that the players of the national team has to accept his decision. Can be fair, can be unfair, I don't know, but for sure Southgate is really focused on the players of the national team because all the time he is in the stadium to watch games.
Thank you.
Next, we'll go to Ian Kennedy from Radio Merseyside, please.
Hi, Carlo. How do you go about stopping City, Carlo? You, in your managerial career, have experience of doing well against Pep Guardiola teams. Is there any one thing that you have to do well above everything else?
I think that every team has its own characteristic. They are fantastic with the ball. They are really good in possession. They have a lot of ability in one against one. And I think there, can we compete there is really difficult, but we can compete with a good spirit, with a good attitude on the pitch, with a really strong concentration defensively, try to play efficient when you have the ball, try to use the set pieces where we are strong. So we have to be not to compete with their characteristic, but with our own characteristic. I think we can compete, above all in a knockout.
And in the recent game against them, you were in the game for an hour or so. And is it there the energy levels come in? Because as well as being technically very good, they're powerful, aren't they? And it's usually in the last stages of a game that they can run away with things.
If you have to learn from the last game that we played against them, we competed for an hour, but we have to compete better above all when we have the ball, because I think it will not be a long time that we are going to have the ball, but when we have the ball, we have to be efficient and to play quick, vertical.
And we talk about Everton getting to a cup final and winning silverware, but the semi-finals are at Wembley as well. So that's a big incentive for Everton to get to Wembley for the next round, for the semi-finals.
No, this competition is a big motivation. We are not so far because I think that we had the game before the knockout against Tottenham, really, really excited. And we are going to have an excited and difficult game tomorrow. So the desire is really high that we want. And I hope that this desire can help us to have more motivation and more spirit.
Thank you.
Next, we'll go to Carl Markham from the Press Association, please.
Hi, Carlo.
Hi.
Hi. Would it be fair to describe this as the most important game of your Everton reign so far?
Yeah, it is important. Yeah, it is important. It's important because we were able to move on from the game against Tottenham. It is important. I hope that it will be this season more important game. Maybe the game where we can play the semi-final, or the game where we can play the final. It will be a fantastic achievement, or the game that give us the opportunity to play in Europe. Until now, yeah, it's very important. Yes.
Thank you.
Next, we'll go to Louis Restrepo, please.
Hello, Carlo. Hi.
Ciao. Hi.
Oh, ciao. Taking in mind that James is going to start to train again next week, until when he will be out? I mean, when do you reckon he's going to come back to play?
Oh, James, he will be available for the game against Crystal Palace when the Premier League restart.
After the break. Okay. I'm
After the
talking.
break, yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about Jerry Mina. How is his level at the moment? Because in the last game he was in the bench, and before he used to be in the starting 11. How is his level at the moment?
No, his condition is really good. He trained properly today. He's fit 100%. I think that I left him on the bench because after the injury, I didn't want to take a risk. But tomorrow he will be available to play.
Okay, thank you very much. Grazie.
We'll take one from Jim Conlon, please.
Hi, Carlo. I'm just wondering about the central midfield battle. We know the importance of Gundogan and Rodri. Is that really the key, really, Doucouré and Allen versus Gundogan and Rodri, that battle in the heart of the engine room?
Yeah, but I think that, of course, it will be important, how would I say, position on the pitch, the midfield position, but I think we are well covered, because it's true that we don't have Doucouré, but after the game against City, we have back. If you watch the game against City, we didn't have Allan in that period. We didn't have Calvert-Lewin, so both of them are back, and we can play, I think, in a better level.
Okay, we'll just take one final one in the open section from Greg O'Keefe at The Athletic, please.
Hi, Carlo. Can I just check that I understood an answer you gave to Richard, please, on Doucouré? Last week you said he might play again this season, but you seem to suggest that's less likely now, as there been some development with his injury.
No, he's recovering. He's not. He's doing only treatment because he has a fracture on his feet, and so he's still on the boot, and he cannot touch the floor. And so we at the moment we cannot say when he will be back.
Okay, thank you, everyone. That concludes the open section of today's press conference. We'll now